113 to 111. The Sixers barely salvaged this game against the Canes, but a win is a win. They go to 26 and 21. Canes fall to 12 and 37. I'm Coy Camiscioli, Philly Sports Talk here. This was a nerve-wracking one, and it's the same script reused over and over again. If you've been listening to my podcast for a little while now, the second half Sixers. I mean, that you didn't need to listen to my podcast to know that that's a problem. But still, Sixers were outscored by 10 in that third quarter after having a lead going into halftime, a 6-point lead at halftime. And with 5 minutes left, we just decided to start playing good basketball again, decided to start playing defense, and we come back, and Tyrese Maxey hits the game winner with that same old play that we run all the time. But listen, I'm not going to hate when it works. It worked tonight, and that's all that matters. Sixers get the win. Back-to-back wins. I said it in the last podcast that I thought that win may have been the start of something special, and I was starting to doubt myself for a little bit during this game. But I said the Sixers might go 14, win 14 of their next 20, and right now they're 2-0 in that span, so they have to go 12-6 in that span now to make me look like a genius. But listen, I'm just happy we got the win because with 8 minutes left in this game, the Boo Birds were out for the Sixers. But yeah, I would just want to quickly say I am going to talk about Giannis as we get a little bit deeper into this episode. That's all. I'm going to leave it at that for now. But I'm going to talk about this game first. So this game just felt really weird and kind of dead. Like the arena seemed dead, at least from the TV it did. The Sixers seemed dead. For most of the game, it just felt like the Sixers had like a 4 to 6 point lead, and we were just kind of like cruising through the first 2.5 quarters of basketball. Both teams, it really felt like that. We had that lead at halftime, 60 to 54, and Embiid and Maxey were firing on all cylinders offensively. We were playing clean basketball throughout that first half. Very few turnovers. Maxey started the game hot, but again, that third quarter, things just went south. So the Kings, they tied it with 6:50 left in that third quarter. We called timeout, and we just started to flatline, like entirely. And the Kings just kept up their pace, so they started to take a lead. They hit a buzzer beater 3 to go up 92 to 88. And it was actually a missed call by the refs. It should have been a travel on, I think Levine made the pass out to the 3-point shooter, and he went up and he came down before he passed it. So it should have been a travel. Refs missed it. And they missed a handful of calls on the Sixers lately that, it kind of been big calls that have missed, to be honest with you guys. So, again, very bad third quarter, abysmal. Truly, I'm sick of it, especially against a team that's as bad as the Kings. It's just you can't do this every game. So I was getting ready to come on this podcast being very disappointed because it got even worse with 4 to 5 minutes into that fourth quarter. I talked last podcast about how I think Drummond should be getting more minutes, and he got in the fourth quarter to start this one. But we just got too sloppy. Jeremy McCain made a couple really bad errors where he was in transition going into offense, and he wasn't very aware, and he gets the ball poked to him, made a bad pass too, and Embiid lost it. We go down 8 with 8:13 left. We call timeout. We get booed, and reasonably so, because we're just throwing away the basketball. We went down 11 after Embiid just loses it, just throws the ball away. Levine hits an M1, and that was rock bottom. I was like, oh my God, we're going to lose this game to the Canes, who are literally one of the worst teams in the league. But we cut the deficit down to 4 with 6 minutes left. Canes called timeout. We went in the bonus with 5:22 left, which was huge. And we tied it at 105 with 3.5 left. We start playing some good defense finally, which I don't understand why we waited so long for. And we took a 1-point lead with 1:57 to go. And this is kind of funny. Like I didn't tweet anything out about this, but I was thinking it in my head since like the beginning of the fourth quarter. We're up by 1, right? We got 1:10 to go. Zach LaVine gets wide open. We have a miscommunication on defense. He's wide open. He hits a wide open 3 for them to go up 2. And I was literally telling myself throughout the entire fourth quarter, I was like thinking, oh my God, I know what's going to happen. I know LaVine's just going to hit a 3 to ice this game, and it's just going to be infuriating. Thank God this didn't ice the game. We ended up winning. But when he hit the 3, I was like, oh my God. I can't tell you enough how much I was like stressing out about this 3-pointer from like 8.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I knew it was going to happen. Thankfully, it didn't hurt the Sixers. We go and get a bucket. We tie it. And the Canes had the ball with around 30 seconds left, so they had to shoot before the final buzzer. But DeMar DeRozan misses with 5.2 seconds left, and B gets a huge rebound. Props to him. He got up there for that rebound. We were not good on the glass tonight. per usual, but this was a big play by Embiid. He got up when he needed it, surrounded by multiple Canes players. We called timeout, and we did the classic play where we passed into Embiid at the top of the three-point arc, and he's so big that he just is almost practically sending a screen on Maxey's defender, and Maxey starts in our backcourt. And just a little quick pitch to Maxey, and Maxey usually goes in and flies and tries to draw a foul, puts a layup up. I swear it never works. But it worked tonight, and I'm not going to hate it. It absolutely worked. He got the end one. Sixers ice it. Great job at the end. The final 4 minutes was good. So, listen, I'm not going to hate on the team for getting the win. They earned the win here. It's just, you got to put these teams away earlier. You got to find a way. I talked about in the last podcast how it was nice for Embiid to take a rest in the fourth quarter for the most part. This is one of those games where we should be resting our guys in that fourth quarter. But, listen, this is a big stat here. First time back-to-back wins in Philadelphia since December 12th and 20th. So the every other pattern, listen, it's not just a myth. It's a real thing. And these are our first back-to-back wins since, I believe, January 8th and January 10th. I'm going back in to check right now. January 7th and January 9th. So 20 days ago, guys. Like, it's fun. It's fun to finally get a couple back-to-back wins for a team of this caliber with the Sixers. So great job. I'll take a look at the box scores. Oh, last quick thing, because this is guys, this is bad. As of 7:30 left in the game, I know this was said on the broadcast, the Canes had 12 offensive rebounds, leading to 17 points. It's just not working. Like on the glass defensively for the Sixers, we're gonna have to figure out something. And I want to talk about that solution a little bit later on. I think you know what I'm hitting at, guys. But I don't expect that to happen. I'm referring to Giannis right now. But again, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. 15 offensive rebounds for the Canes tonight compared to the Sixers 2. I mean, you can kind of see it's a problem, and especially against good teams in the playoffs, it's not going to cut it. But thankfully, this is not a good team, nor the playoffs. So we were still able to get the win. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, they are filling the stat sheet, man. Maxey, 40 points, 12 of 18 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 8 assists as well, 4 rebounds. He filled it up. Joel Embiid, 37 points, 13 of 21 from the field, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block. I mean, these two, they are putting on a clinic offensively, an absolute clinic. And Joel Embiid is literally playing like his former MVP self right now. He is just unstoppable offensively for the Sixers right now. It's really awesome to see. I went on a little tangent last podcast talking about how good it is for Philly to see this again. And just another dominant performance from Joel Embiid. So great stuff there. Paul George, 15 points, 7 of 15 from the field. Nothing too crazy. 5 assists, 2 steals. Kelly Oubre had just 4 points in 37 minutes in that starting lineup. Nothing crazy for Edgecombe tonight either. 5 points, 2 of 7 from the field. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, but 3 steals to go along with that, which is a team high. That's good stuff. All at the bench, our scoring's starting to go a little quiet off the bench. And, part of that is Quentin Grimes struggling and not playing right now with foot soreness. But Jared McCain, he went 2 for 4. He got 15 minutes in this game, which is cool to see. Had 4 points, but nothing too crazy. I told you he had a couple turnovers that, if he has turnovers like that, it's going to minimize his minutes without a doubt. But Adem Bona, just 8 minutes. Andre Drummond, 4 minutes. So neither of them didn't do anything. Bona had 2 blocks, but again, I'm glad to see Drummond potentially getting some more minutes. Again, they both didn't really do anything, though. Dominic Barlow, 21 minutes. He had 5 points. Nothing really crazy for him. Had a steal. And Justin Edwards got some minutes as well. He knocked down a 3 ball. But, yeah, that's about it. No Jabari Walker in this game. No Trendon Watford. They were active, but they didn't play. So it's crazy the way the season has gone for the Sixers that they finally gotten healthy. These guys who were getting crucial minutes early on, they played a huge part. I'm going to give my props to them. They've been great. And they're going to get minutes as the season goes on. It's just a matter of who's playing well. It goes back to everything I said a while ago on this podcast. I was saying for the first couple of weeks, really, of how when this team gets healthy, there's going to be a lot of tough decisions needed to be made because there's just so much talent on the roster. So guys that are playing 25 to 30 minutes a night right now might not play at all in a couple weeks. And here we are, Trendon Watford and Jabari Walker not playing at all, and they were getting starts. So, listen, when guys are having cold stretches, you're going to see more of these players, and we're going to deal with injuries along the way. It's going to happen. But Big win for the Sixers. As for the Canes, DeMar DeRozan, his mini was on per usual. He had 25 points, 9 of 15 from the field. Dennis Schroeder had a great night against us for whatever reason. 27 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3. He knocked down a couple big three-pointers. Levine's coming off the bench for the Canes. 29 minutes, 17 points, 5 of 16 from the field. I just thought that was kind of interesting. Nothing too crazy for Sabonis in this game. But Sixers found a way. That's the bottom line. It didn't look like it was going to happen for a little while. I'm just thankful that they did. So I'll run through the schedule and standings real fast before I get into Giannis for a few minutes. Sixers, they round out this homestand with the Pelicans on Saturday, who are technically the worst team in basketball. The Kings now had the same record as them after this game, but the Sixers need to take care of business against the Pelicans. It just absolutely needs to happen. They need to go 3 games in a row. I would be livid if they don't win this before they go out on this West Coast trip that they'll probably go 2-3 on. So, win this game against the Pelicans. Then on this West Coast trip, they got the Clippers, Golden State, Los Angeles Lakers, so the other LA, Phoenix, and Portland, all within a span of 8 or 7 days. So it's going to be a busy one for the Sixers, and that's why they need to get this win against the Pelicans on Saturday. They can't be dropping little dinker games like this one. So, quick standings update. Sixers hold the 6th seed right now at 26-21. They are 1.5 up on the Magic, who are the 7th seed, which is the top playing spot. They are 6.5 up on the first team out of the playoffs in the Hornets, and they are 3 games back of the Knicks and Celtics for the number 2 seed, so they're right there. And they're 2 games back of the Raptors and Cavs for that 4 seed. So it's a little logjam between 2 through 5 right now in the East, all separated by just 1 game between each other. And any other games around the league right now, take a quick look. I know that Heat game was pretty close, but I don't think the Magic or any of them played tonight. The Hornets and Mavs, that doesn't really do anything for us. Pistons, they're losing to the Suns right now, but the Sixers are pretty far back from them. That doesn't really matter too much. Wizards beat the Bucks again. That doesn't do too much. Heat beat the Bulls tonight. That does a little bit of something. And the Hawks, they lost to the Rockets. That doesn't do too much either. So, yeah. That's it on this game. So now I'll talk about Giannis for a second. So I'll start off with what's the real facts with this. So Giannis has officially said that he wants to find a new destination, whether that's this right now or in the off season. The only real reports really have been that he wouldn't mind playing next to Anthony Edwards, wouldn't mind playing next to Tyrese Maxey. So right now, the teams that have been mentioned are Golden State, Miami, Minnesota, and there's a couple other teams. But the Sixers technically have what I think is one of the better packages to get Giannis Antetokounmpo if they choose to. Now, Daryl Morey has apparently not made a call. The Sixers have not made a call yet because there was a report. Giannis has expressed interest in playing next to Tyrese Maxey. That is a real report. But it was also said in that report that the Sixers have not made a call in regards to Giannis. Now, listen, it's early on in the same. I want to say this, guys. This trade could get done without us giving up too many crucial pieces. So I'll leave it at this. I'm going to say this right now. If they ask for Edgecombe, hang up. If they can't get done without Edgecombe, I am fine with holding Edgecombe and not going for Giannis. But I don't know if it's going to take Edgecombe, guys. I really don't. I truly think that the Sixers, if they were to offer Jared McCain, Paul George, and a couple firsts and whatever other minor player, I think that could get it done. If you just look around at the other teams that are in the sweepstakes right now for Giannis, I mean, you look at New York, right? What are they going to offer? Karl-Anthony Towns, it just doesn't do anything for the Bucks. They already had Miles Turner there, having those two on the court at the same time. They don't have any young guys like the Sixers do to really offer. They've also given up 5 first-round picks from Mikal Bridges. You look at the Spurs, right? They're not going to give us Stephon Castle, and I don't think they're going to give Dylan Harper, nor should they need to. Dylan Harper was the 2nd pick in the draft this year, and that's why, I don't think the Sixers or Spurs are going to be willing to give up one of their top guys in Harper and Edgecombe, who were back-to-back in the draft together. So, I mean, you look at it like that, I just don't see... I don't see what any of these teams really have to offer that could get it that the Sixers don't. You look at Atlanta, maybe they could offer Jalen Johnson, something else, some picks. Miami, I guess they have some minor pieces and some picks. I just think that McCain and George is mainly to salary fill with first. I really believe that could happen. Now, that's only if Daryl Morey makes a call. Again, right now, the Sixers have not made a call on Giannis, which I think they should try to. I truly think they should try to. I think, there's some concerns on if Giannis and Embiid would work well together. The one way I want to put this, guys, is listen, those concerns are valid. But if you think about the three things that the Sixers are really bad at right now, it's rebounding. Defensive rebounding is awful. Like the bottom two team in the league, defensive rebounding. Defense and in transition defense. Giannis takes care of all three of those things. And I think that if Giannis was here, he takes those three things away. And I guess we could deal with whatever problems could come with having Giannis and Embiid on the court together, which I don't, guys, I think it will work. I truly do. But, that's definitely a real concern. I just think that those three things are such huge weaknesses in the Sixers team that will hold them back in games that matter that I think things get solved if somehow they get Giannis. So, that's my personal opinion on the matter, guys. I will be pushing the agenda for it on my Twitter in the coming days. This would be huge. Listen, I don't think too much of the Sixers team right now. I think they are going to lose in a very tight playoff series, hopefully in the Eastern Conference Finals. That is what I feel like their ceiling is right now. Realistically, it's going to be in the second round. If they somehow made this trade, I would truly think this team could win the finals. I sincerely believe that. So, that's my opinion on the matter, guys. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the front office is going to want to hold on all their young guys after finally nailing some draft picks. But I just want to talk about it a little bit because it is some hot news right now in the NBA. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it. It's the clutch Sixers win down the stretch, even though it's the Sacramento Kings. They need to take care of business against the Pelicans on Saturday before heading out west. So I'll be back, guys, in the coming days, and hopefully we'll have a 3-game winning streak.